Okay, so here we are. Oh, I got the burps. Anyways, so we are looking at pinball machines tonight. Um, I'm going to Expo in October, and I'm thinking of okay, what games can I pick up at Expo? Or there might be some other games available. Not going to say name of anybody or anything, but I'm spitballing ideas. I figure I just be like, just show everybody some of the ideas of pinball machines that I want in my collection and stuff I think that is attainable for a trade that I could possibly be doing. So I picked out a couple of tabs up top of machines. So trying to think Mike or anybody that's watching, if you have any thoughts of machines that are within, I'd say under $2,000 would be good price point because then I can see what's in there. We're just spitballing things. Who knows if this trade goes through for one of the games I have. I have a game downstairs that's kind of a rare one, but if the right person comes along and wants it as a trade, I might do this. And Francis was saying that he's oh god, I need to stop drinking caffeine. But anyways, Francis was like, yeah, I don't mind the idea of trading towards. I was telling him which games I wanted, and he's like, I'll have to make sure I play the game before you get rid of it. Well, it's besides what we talked about, I don't have any more ideas yet. Well, that's okay. Let's look through Pinside. So Pinside is a cool tool because this is one of the sites that if somebody invites you in, you can create an account, list the games that you own, and communicate with other people for sales for things. So if it's not posted on Facebook Marketplace, they can always post it here on Pinside, which is kind of cool. And some of the popular games that are coming up on here, I could see about getting a Meteor, the one that um, I've played isn't in the greatest condition in the world, but it's not in bad condition. It's definitely been played a lot. This was based off of a movie. Mike actually ended up watching the movie a couple months ago, and he told me it was just kind of ass. But game is awesome. You don't even have to see the movie to this game has really cool layout to it. Don't know if all right. So my arrow isn't showing up, but towards the bottom of the playfield, the flippers in this game are in. You fell asleep during the Meteor movie. That's hilarious, Mike. Um, but here's the playfield screenshot of the game from their brochure or whatever, printout. So you spell out Meteor towards the top. You have these two, the pop bumper with the kind of star design on it. That is a jet bumper or whatever you call it, where it flicks the ball off. The other two, the one and the three up towards the top, those are not pop bumpers. They're just kind of they bump it and then it scores, it racks up a couple points. You have an upper flipper that is towards this drop target bank, which is kind of fun. You have drop targets on the right and left side too. And I think it plays really fast, especially because there's a pop bumper. It's only one single like pop bumper, but the way it kind of flings the ball down, it makes it a really fun game to play. I really like this one. Um, I'd really love to have Meteor in my collection. Um, there's a local place up by me. If they would ever sell it, I'd probably want to, um, I don't know, get this one. I don't know if 2100 is decent for the price that theirs is in, but I have no idea. But I know the one that's locally at one of the establishments up here is working very well. There's some playfield wear to it, but I feel like that would be a really cool game still. So um, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't say no to that game. Let's see what Taxi is worth. This is probably way out of. So 30 to 40. Yeah, that's way out of my price range. Cool game, but let's see. What the heck is this Pinball Magic? I've never seen this one. 1995. How many of these were made? 1,200. Interesting. This game looks kind of just eh. Looks interesting. I'd have to see how that plays. I know nothing about that game, and it's out of my price range. So, up top, we have a couple of videos. We have one from TNT Amusements. It is a YouTube short. Another TNT Amusements. These guys do a lot of really great work. I've seen so many of their videos. They just have like a lot of really cool pinball machines and arcade games that they've worked on. They've been in business since I think 1985 or something like that. Whatever 47 years is. So they've been open 47 years now. And yeah, they do some really cool work. There's also a Gorgar, I forgot the name of the channel. I want to make sure I credit these properly. Doug's Home Arcade Collection. So this is that one. So we'll start with the Bally Vector. So this one has a multi-tier playfield. Let's see, they made 3,500 of them, so it isn't a popular one. Looks like the value kind of teeters between I don't know if it's 2,500 for the most expensive one. Let's see, $2,040. 1,760 is the low end of this. So this game might not be in our bracket of affordability. If my other game does sell and I have about $400 saved up towards a pinball machine, this could be a possibility. But that is if my game downstairs sells. But this isn't the exact one I'm looking at. This is somebody else's example of it on Pinside. This one looks like it has some wear here or there. This is one of those games that it's a little bit harder to keep the ball in play, and I like the light show in the back glass because it's kind of like the art's on like two layers and it's kind of mirrored. So I think that's kind of cool. It's like this robot themed game. It reminds me a lot of like the ideas behind like Tron or something like that. Let's see. Okay, so this one, the example here is pretty worn. Has a cool robotic voice. Ooh, I like the side of the head on this one. Hopefully one of these expos that we run into Todd, he's a cool dude. Like Todd Tucky from TNT Amusements, or and I don't know if if Todd Tucky would be one of those people that'd be like, don't meet your heroes kind of thing. Yeah, I would be nervous to meet him and see if like meeting Steve Ritchie was kind of like one of those don't meet your hero kind of moments. So I don't know. But I don't know, Steve Ritchie, I think when you get him in the right mood, if you catch him earlier in the day, he's better than later at night when he's kind of worn down. So I don't think doesn't seem like a terrible human being or anything, and he has a lot of cool games, that he's made. But I don't know. Maybe we just met him at an off time. But anyways, this is the upper play field of Vector. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like there's 4 ramps to get the ball up and up or down from here, and then it has that upper play field where you're trying to get the X, Y, and Z. Yeah, at first when I played this game, I was just like, gosh, I do not care for it. But after I've played it a while, some of these lower drop targets that block one of the ramps, trying to get those down, and some of the other features, and that the sound effects ramp up, I feel like it has this excitement factor to it that I really like. It is an older game. This was this 1980? Is this 80? I think it's like 83 or something. Where the heck is it? Let's see. 1982. Value of this one is $1,760 to $2,040. I think it's an awesome game. Like, you don't see this one around as much. Like, Alien Poker is another game that we have on our list, and Gorgar. So I feel like those two are more popular than this one. This one they didn't make as many. But I feel like this would go in my collection because of the theming and because it's, I don't know, it's like kind of has this cool kind of, like I said, Tron kind of vibe to it. We're going to go over to TNT Amusements video. So this is these guys, their example of one that they've worked on.
Bally's Vector. Steven, how many vectors have you done?
I don't know, 5? 3?
Have you ever done one as magnificent as this?
Nope, this is the most beautiful one yet.
1639. And they made 3,500 of these, baby.
That's it?
Allegedly, some of the cabinets were painted over. They were Electras. They painted the Electra artwork over and made a Vector. This doesn't appear to be, but look, we added lighting here. We added lighting here.
Beautiful game.
And I thought that was a nice touch. This one has clear bumpers, or rubbers. And it has a great, deep, throbbing voice, doesn't it? Look, get the targets down in order. You did it. Now get it in. Get the vector scan. As quick as you can. Oh, great shot. It said great shot.
Because I'm great.
Look, it's pulsing.
I like the extra lighting that they added to theirs.
Now look.
This is beautiful.
You know, we can release it if we spell. We got it. We got it out. Did you see that, Stephen?
I saw it.
Great shot. He said great shot. But you see, it's not.
So I'm wondering if this also uses the squawk and talk like Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man, or if that's a different voice that they're using in this machine. But
great shot.
TNT Amusements, example of games, they have people that
There's a lot of stuff to do.
touch up the artwork beautifully. I love watching
we never
their
learned how
things.
to play it. But the display below, this one has blue
This is really cool.
credit windows and purple score windows.
Oh, they upgraded that. That's
I would say
cool.
that's more purple.
I think those originally came in, I forget if they're blue or red.
Anyway, we got most of this work was done by the guy we got it from. In fairness, but we went through and cleaned it up a bit.
Did a lot of work on this game.
Yes.
Wow.
I see you managed to put our 46-year sticker cockeyed.
I didn't put that on. You probably did.
I did not. You think I'm that
I think maybe the guy with the cockeyed eyes maybe put it on there.
God.
They're always giving each other shit too. But that is a Bally Vector, so I find that one really interesting. Let's go over to Alien Poker. So if I can spell, I can... Let's see. So Alien Poker. When I first started collecting games, I probably would pass this one up because it'd be like, oh, it's a card theme. it's that genre. But this, I don't know, it's different than my wild card, but at the same time it has a lot of cool effects to it. I like the audio on this game. I think the characters are really neat. Um, Kind of has this bluish and red kind of cabinet. Their photo is a little faded of this. What do you call this? Um, Print of. I don't know what the heck do you call. What do you call that, Mike? Where it's like they describe the game and stuff, and then they show you these printouts and stuff. But I just find this very fascinating. So, Alien Poker goes between. I don't know why the values online look different than what's on Pinside. This says 1,940 to $2,260. So let's see, 6,000 produced. Let's see. Yeah, a tutorial would be more of how to play the game. Um, Promotional flyer? Question mark. But yeah, so this game has four pop bumpers towards the top. You have your different suits. So I think you're trying to get those, and then drop targets with your was it ace, king, queen, jack, and 10. So this came out in 1980. I like the back glass with the mirroring. I think that's a cool feature of it. Um, I like a lot of the space kind of stuff. Our basement arcade is called Orbit, so I feel the space theming is perfect for what we have downstairs. I feel like this fits right in with the asteroids I have drawn on the wall and stuff like that. Um, and Space Invaders and those games. So I feel like this would fit in really well. I like the shots. So the one I played, the between the right two flippers, they took the metal piece out, so the ball can drain. So you can't hold the ball and then aim at. You have to kind of before the ball drains between those two flippers, you have to shoot it before then. So it makes the game a lot more difficult. I don't necessarily know if I would keep the game the way that this one operator has it. I like it for tournament play with that because I feel like it makes the playfield, how do I say it, more even between pro players and. Yep, and then you can see the little piece of metal behind the flipper that holds the ball in place. So, yeah, that's really, really cool. What the heck is this? The three alien poker players who also can play, that can speak in French, are not without a sense of humor. Big beat high score to to hear big winner, big jackpot, big deal. Randomly at the end of the game, be heard, when I deal, I win. When I win big. Let's see. Alien Poker Backlash delineates the advanced humanoid aliens who will control future universes playing poker for stakes that will decide the control and fate of planets and the world. Wow. I love these write-ups of these games, and even when I find write-ups of albums and stuff, I find this really interesting. These notes, how they're let's see, in sequence, collect, roll, flash, out of sequence. Okay, so you have to get the targets in sequence. So that's really wow. Who the hell's Candace? Oh, games will be premiering at the AMOA Convention. Okay, so this must have been letters between the convention and Williams from back in the 80s. Interesting. That's cool that they have this all documented in here. But definitely a cool game. I would really, really love this in my collection. I love playing this at there's a place called District 82 that's nearby, and I absolutely love their stuff, and the owner is amazing. um, I don't know. I don't know if he would trade for one of my games, but this is one of the local places that has it. I've seen it other places, kind of further away. I think I've seen it at Pinball Expo. There's also a game called Laser Q, which is very similar to this. I would like that game. I think Firepower is another one on my list, but let's look at the video for Alien Poker. This is another TNT amusement video. And we'll just see what they got going on.
Alien Poker, made in 1980. And this particular game, we've done a lot of work to. I think it's in great shape.
So this is an older video of
Plastics are
theirs.
pretty
It's
much
480, but
we did a little
get
touch-up
the
on
idea of what it
playfield,
looks
and we
like.
sealed it in Mylar, so it'll never wear again. We've done some LED and some color lighting on the playfield, so it really does look nice. Back glass, of course, all the Alien Poker silk screening has the usual flaking, but we've touched it up in wherever it needed, and then we changed the regular lights to LEDs.
Ooh, I like that.
Soften it a little and make it look nicer. And I think
Ooh.
this will really help because the LEDs don't get as bright as the light bulbs. We also did the usual upgrades on the boards. We reflowed silver solder on all the pins on the edges. We did the switch line modification. We did the lithium battery upgrade so the batteries don't leak like they used to do.
That's
Power
a huge
supply
thing
has
with
new
games,
filter
making sure
capacitors
batteries
and
don't leak.
resistors, and new capacitor in the soundboard. We've also done some solder resurfacing there too. The transformer here has been upgraded for a 220. We made the adjustment to 220 volts, and that is because this machine is going all the way to Chile. There's our
Oh wow, I
converter to
forgot
make
that they
sure it's
did
working
that.
correctly on 220 volts. So I think this customer is really going to be happy. Gameplay is great. Let me turn the volume up so you can hear the speech in it. It's pretty sharp.
I love the speech in this game.
The neat feature about this are these drop targets here. You have to get them down in order. See, like that. I got that one down. I got 1,000 points. I got 2,000, and you see, it builds up my bonus. My bonus is still 100,000, but look, if I get it out of order, it comes back up, and I lose some points. See? So I don't want to keep getting them out of order, but I got it back in order again, and now it's up again. Really clever stuff. There's 3 lock holes, too, on the playfield to lock your hole
Wow,
in.
I like this.
And there are 4 Joker Poker
So
targets.
I've played
on
this
the
one a
field
couple
that you can
times,
hit.
and
The king's at the top. When you roll through one, it lights one light, and then each time you push the button, the flipper button, it's a lane change, so it's very skill-oriented. So you want to roll through a lane. We also have a video up on YouTube that explains in detail how it works.
yeah. Anyways, so Alien Poker by Williams is another game that I absolutely enjoy. I play it every single time I'm at District 82. That is one of those games that it gets me coming back for more. I really like the Bally and Williams games so much. So if I could get that game, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be the copy that they have at District 82, that'd be even nicer because it's just, so close. Driving wise, it's not as far as Madison or some of the other places. Hey, X Level. We are looking at pinball machines, possible trades or purchases that I could make either this summer or in October. So we're just looking at the 1980 Alien Poker. Yes, so we're searching for pinball machines. Price range has to be anywhere between a couple $100 to max would be around $2,000. That's if I trade one of the games downstairs. I have a rare game that's in my basement that someone might be interested in if they trade me for something, or if they trade me for it's gonna be you know somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 in there somewhere. I think that I would ask if I want to sell this thing because I love the game that I have downstairs, but I want to get another pinball machine. So Alien Poker was one of the games on my list. But excellent. Well, if you have any other ideas, I know tonight I might want to do some stretching and yoga stuff. So I don't know if I'll do that on stream or whatever. But we're just doing something a little bit different tonight than usual. But all right, what is the next one? The next one is called Gorgar, another Williams machine. I think. So Alien Poker's from 80. Has the speech synthesis and stuff. But Gorgar is they made a ass ton of these. So there are 14,000 of these produced. The price range, so $1,850 to $2,150. That's if it's in really, really nice condition. The one that I've seen local is, I would say, player's condition. So there's some paint wore off here or there, but plays fine. But it is one of the early games that has speech synthesis. So basically, the game would be able to speak at you. It had vocabulary of, I think it said only 7 words, but this was very early for this. This one, as you can see, this example has a lot of busted busted rubbers. So the white rubber pieces that bounce the ball off, this one looks like a really rough condition example of the game. Let's see. 4 players. Let's see. First Talking Pinball, Barry Osler. So Barrio's Barbecue is the last game that guy produced. But he produced a lot of really cool designs for... I think he worked for Williams and Bally when they bought or they merged and stuff. But that's cool. I didn't notice it was a dude with a loincloth with his ass cheeks hanging out a little bit. Like, is that the... Can't tell if that's the front or is that the back of him, or if he has a helmet on. But like that, I like that. I never noticed that before. Like the little bit of butt cheek hanging out, and the artwork is really bright. And having like a devil-looking kind of character on a pinball machine or an arcade game in general back in the 70s was not a popular theme. So I like that. On the bottom it says copyright 1979's Williams Electronics. Yeah, that's a really neat game. Whoever took this picture needs to clean their flippers. Jeez. So this must be before they shopped the game out. It looks like a lot of old rubber pieces. That's the back glass. It's on this kind of mirrored material. So around the devil, the silver part, that's all shiny. So it's like fully reflective. Yeah, but it's a cool one. It's a fun one. So let's go to this video that I found. Let's see. I really like the shots on this machine, honestly. Yeah, so the shots on this game are pretty cool. And it has the sound effects on the Williams machines. I like their stuff a lot. And what I might do is, if I trade with this local guy, I might see, forget what this is worth compared to the value of my game. If my game is worth more, what I'd do is ask for maybe a couple passes to get in so I can play pinball there more. But I'll have to see if him and I make a trade. But yeah, this is Gorgar. Yeah, it's like the... I think this is the first talking game. So, at this time, like, a lot of the games were just bleeps and bloops. So, sound effects on this game are great. Yeah, so that's a game I would want. Let's see, what other ones can we think of? Another one I would want in my collection... and I don't know, Pinside's cost for things compared to other sites, it seems like they're running a little bit on the high side of like what things are worth. So it's always hard to figure out what the value of each game is. You know, arcade game, pinball game, whatever. You know, so Baby Pac Man. So this one. 82, so I forget if this came out between Super Pac-Man and I forget if this released before or after the full-size pinball machine I have. So this is a Baby Pac. It has a video screen up top. You play your Pac-Man, but then when you go in the video screen, you go down the mazes. That's how it goes into the pinball mode. Whatever you collect on the playfield, if you put the ball through a couple different switches, it'll put the power pellets to eat the ghosts on the screen up top. So the bottom half of the game has to speak to the top, the video portion of the game. So they have, I think the board is called a Vidiot. So that's how it speaks between the two pieces. I find this very fascinating because there's only 2 games like this. There was Baby Pac-Man that came out in 82, and I don't remember if it's the same year, if it did in 83 that Granny and the Gators came out. And then that one was a complete flop. So there's not many of those. This one, I forget if it said 14,000. Some of the ones I've seen are in terrible condition. Some of them have really, really bad battery acid on the board. Sound doesn't work. All sorts of stuff. So finding one of these that's in great condition is it's getting harder to find them in really, really nice condition. I really like the just how weird this one is. I feel like this would be a beautiful game for my collection. If I would trade the game that I'm thinking about trading for this, I think that would be really nice trade. My game might be slightly worth more than a Baby Pac, but I feel like playability and the fact that this is a Pac-Man game, I really like Pac-Man. That's one of those series where I want to have as many of those games as possible. I have a Miss Pac-Man. I have a Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man pinball machine. I feel like this would be the next step in my collection downstairs, to have a more complete collection of Pac-Man games. Gameplay on this one's really awesome. The maze portion of this, the ghosts can see you around the corners pretty easily, and the difficulty at first, you constantly are dying. And it has a 13-inch monitor, so it doesn't have like a 19-inch like Miss Pac-Man has a bigger monitor. This has a little smaller monitor, but for what this has, you know, like the smaller monitor, and but it has that it's like a half or a quarter size play field. It's kind of a square play field where you keep the ball in play and just keep trying to hit the drop targets and the spinners. And some people nowadays don't find it as interesting. I really think it's an interesting machine, and something that it is one of my grail games. And if I could get this one, it would be just fantastic just to own this one. So the price range, yeah, between 2,000 or something like that. And yeah, you see it around, but not a ton. I would say it's not as popular as Miss Pac-Man. Whereas Miss Pac-Man, they made like 200,000 of those or something like that. Where they made what, seven of this one, and that's a decent run for a game. But yeah, I didn't know what you guys think of this, and let's see, I've been streaming about 36 minutes. I'm debating on what else to stream tonight, or if I'm just gonna take it easy or ever. But I'm just really happy just to do something a little bit different. Look around at a couple games. My husband was saying that the game that I want to trade, he's good with me selling it. I just gotta make sure I get a decent amount for it, but I rather do a trade because then I have a new game right away and I don't have to go all the way down to Expo and then spend a ton of money down there to get something. But like, who knows what I might find. You know I don't know. I will keep thinking this over. I gotta see if the person that I might do a trade or sale with, see what they think. If they think what I want for my game is a little bit too much, I might just hold on to my game, and that's fine too. Um, but I'm saving up money for a new game. The area downstairs for the pinball machines, I want to have another section on the other side of the stairs that mirrors the other side. So right now we have 4 machines. So eventually I want 8. And yeah, it might be a big thing for me to upgrade to that many machines, but I really want to do that. I'm trying to think of what other games that I could look at. Let's see. Not Sea Witch. I am Stingray. See how much is Stingray. So, Stern Electronics, 1977. This one, okay, so this would be within our price range. The one I've seen is kind of in a little bit rougher condition. I've rolled this thing over past a million. The one that I've played, it's a cool game. Nobody else has any. So here's the promotional flyer. So the spinning target is you just keep trying to rip the spinner on this game, and if you can get the spinner on this, oh God, it is a cool game. It really is. Let's see. So it looks like on the example of this one, they must have ran some hotter bulbs because there's a little bit of yellowing on the plastics of the pop rings, pop bumpers. But yeah, if you keep, let's see, on that left side, if you keep getting that spinner and get it in that bonus hole up top, you can score like high amount of points on this game. Like, it's crazy how high of a score I got as I have the YouTube short. I wasn't even thinking of this game earlier today, but like this one would be really freaking cool. I like the underwater people. Is this a big flower? I can't tell what this is. Where's the big sting? Is that the big stingray right there? I'd take it. Oh yeah, that big red thing is the stingray. And then I can't tell what the rest of that is, if that's just underwater life kind of stuff. But yeah, it's a neat game. I don't know if there's any other ones I can think. There's a couple of other Sterns from this time period. I don't know if I'd do a trade for my game for a wild card, but that is another game that I play very often. Or not wild card. What the fuck am I thinking? Hot hand. Which I also think sounds like a euphemism for anyways, I have a dirty mind. Anyways, so this came out May of 79. Let's see. Value of between 1600. Some of them I don't think it's. I think that number is very inflated, especially if the game is kind of beat. Harry Williams from originally worked for Williams and then moved over to Stern in the 70s because he designed this one. So it's this yellow machine with this 4-player machine, has this big spinning dial piece of plastic that moves the ball between the different bonus spots. You have 3 pop bumpers, I think only 2 flippers? Yeah, 2 flippers at the bottom. Left side you have the spinner or whatever that you can rip for more points. I don't know. I like it. Not my favorite game in the world. I think for the right price, if I could get one of these for under $1,000, I think I'd go for a hot hand. Let's see. Preventative maintenance is the key to uh, effective game operation. SAM 2, second generation of test unit engineering has arrived. The new SAM 2 turns machines into mechanics into technicians. Okay. Simulation of game conditions ensures shop repairs won't fall behind the field. Interesting. So they had like their own tool of working through all these chips. I've never heard of this SAM thing. Cleveland, Ohio says that this was Monroe distributing. Okay, interesting. Black and white, high resolution picture, or I'm guessing the scan was a high resolution print for its day. That's cool. Yeah, it's another game that's within my price range. But yeah, if anybody finds any cool games near the Wisconsin area, Illinois area, I'm willing to do a little bit of travel to pick up some games, and but I'm mostly waiting until Expo to pick out a game. And right now, if I'm going to make a more expensive purchase, something that's over $400, I am going to have to sell this other game of mine, I think. So, sorry if this has been boring or anything. But this is definitely something I've been thinking about today. There's a video comparing Laser Q to Alien Poker. Laser Q, I think it was a later game, but I think they don't have the voice synthesis. So I think I'd like Alien Poker more than a Laser Q, but Laser Q would be another one on my list that I'd like to pick up. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna rest my voice a little bit. I've just been chatting this whole entire time. But yeah, these are just some of the ideas I had today of I should try to trade my game for one of these many games. So yeah, I'm happy. I just want to show everybody some of the options of games that I could be picking up hopefully sometime soon. There is actually another one that I saw at Expo that I want to bring up. So Firepower 2. This one doesn't have speech synthesis like the first games. So Mark Ritchie worked on this one. Steve Ritchie worked on the original one. So they're brothers. This is a Williams game. So that's the original Firepower. Okay, so this is the design for the second one. There's like 2 ramps on it. Has some cool sound effects. Um, so it has like this middle shot where you can go up in between, or you can hit um, the targets and stuff. What I really like about the Firepower 2 cabinet is the middle firing speaker with the big pieces of chrome around the Williams logo, and it's in red and yellow. And then I forget if Laser Q is the same kind of grill, but it's in blue and yellow, and it just pops. It makes the eye, look, makes people really look at this game because, um, I don't know, I just find it fascinating. And then they have the Williams logo plastered all over the pop bumpers. I think that looks nice with the little designs. Um, the gray part of the artwork is really interesting. I've always thought that that kind of looks odd. It's supposed to look kind of spacey. But yeah, you can see the ramp that goes up the wire form and then goes back down. Um, it's a cool game. It's and has this really awesome artwork on it. I saw one once. I think it went for like 800 or 900 bucks this one year, and it's like, oh geez, I wish I had the money that year to pick up that game. Um, but yeah, I'd have to see what I can get for my game that I want to sell downstairs, and I don't even know if like it's going to sell, but I think if the time is right, if the person that I was talking to about it, if they want it, I think I would sell it to them, because then I know it goes to an arcade and people can see how magnificent this game is that I own. But um, I don't know. I would have to trade it for a really cool game or get some money, from that game that I could buy something really, really cool. Like, the issue is, oh heck, I'll say it on here. I am looking to trade my Wacko. I absolutely love Wacko. It's one of my favorite games. But I feel for the right price, I could get like a really cool pinball machine, like another one that kind of rivals the Road Kings that I have. I feel like on Firepower, it's the same. It's the same um, creator, same person designed it and stuff. I feel like Firepower 2 actually would go great. Firepower 1, Blackout, whatever. Probably a Williams. So that's really what I'm looking for. Um, Another kind of exciting pinball machine. And then if we find another video arcade game, whatever we find, I think, definitely have some cool stuff that we can find. And yeah, I'm excited just to see what is available and kind of show you guys the journey of this stuff. This is the first kind of video making of this kind of thing, of looking through games. But these are just all ideas. It's just it's cool to share it with you guys. Hoping to do a couple more arcade videos, maybe tonight, instead of doing a whole Wii Fit and setting up a bunch of shit. Maybe I'll just set up the camera downstairs. We'll play some arcade games. I don't know what you guys think of that, but I don't know. Really just trying to decide what the fuck I'm gonna do the rest of the night. But this is our live stream for this. It's ideas. It's just an idea stream. But yeah. Heck, I'll put a poll up, and then heck, we'll look at one more game on here. All right, so I could use a little bit of exercise, but I went for a walk today. I cleaned pinball machines. I did a lot, but here is for you guys to choose the next stream I do tonight. I can't really decide what the fuck I want to do. So we'll put that up for a couple minutes. Trying to think of other. Let's see. Let's look at the pin map and see like what is available in Wisconsin. Let's get rid of locations. Let's go to pin site. Let's go to classifieds. Let's see. Looks like there's a lot towards Minneapolis. Let's see what's up towards Green Bay. Let's see, Indy Jones. Nothing I'm looking for. Let's see what's towards Minneapolis. Let's see, Roadshow, Uncanny X-Men. Okay. So these are too expensive. Let's see. What the heck is a hula hula? Interesting. Chicago coin 1965, $875. Hard to find hula hula with an Add-A-Ball. Let's see, bad, multiple issues. Artwork is, and I see that he has like calendar girls up in the background. Oh, okay, great picture of the pinball machine, man. If I wanted to look at that, I would buy one of those kind of magazines, which I will never do because I'm not into that. Chicago coin, Chicago Dynamic Industries. Interesting. I've never seen that. I've heard of Chicago coin, never seen that logo before. This is from 65. That has cool artwork to it. I think the playfield on this game looks cool. And these like it has a hula dancer on the back. It looks like it's like an actual moving piece. That is a fuck ton of switches. Wow. That'd probably take a lot of cleaning. The artwork, the coin door looks great. A little bit of rust. Sides of this game, like, I do not like the side art on that game. It's kind of lame. Price is decent. That's cool. It's I still feel like the game I have downstairs. Okay, Basement Arcade Games has a vote. Let's see. Wanted. Oh, that's a wanted. That's not available. So, don't want to go to Kalamazoo. See, Metallica. Cool game. Too expensive for me. Metallica. Again, too expensive a game for me. I like it though. See, Whirlwind. 3,800 or best offer. Again, a little bit out of my price range, but hella cool game. Has these three pads that the ball gets whipped around on, and then there's a big fan that blows you on the top of the game. So, good game to play while it's hot outside too. I think that's the only game that can do that. I see their At Games pinball on the left side. It's a tabletop model. Ugh. At least they have good taste in games that they have a Whirlwind. That's a really good game. Let's see. What the hell is a space train? What the hell is this? Mac S. So this is from 87? I've never heard of this game. That is. That is not one of the big companies that made this. Is this a homebrew modifying some older game? Or a kit? I don't recognize the speaker grill. I don't recognize the background on this. Let's see. It's in Elmhurst, Illinois. Magnez Mac Pinball 1987. Let's see. Fast playing space pinball. Let's see. 2-level playfield, upward kicking holes. It's interesting. Some of the games that I see on here that I don't recognize. This is interesting to see. There's no way this is. Is this a okay? This isn't the home model. Wait, is this a reproduction? See, brand new Evil Knievel. It has a red, white, and blue theming to it. Yeah, Evil Knievel is cool back in the day. Jumped motorcycles and stuff like that. Okay, this is the EM. I forget if they made a solid state version of Evil Knievel. I know they made a home version. Interesting. Wow. I wonder if that was... This is really interesting if this is just something that... So these originally came out in 77, so if this is like a reproduction of the game, if they're just rebuilding that, that's interesting. But let's see what we're doing tonight. Let's see, let's end the poll. Looks like... Yeah, we have one vote for basement arcade games. I think let's do that tonight. I will fire up the games downstairs and stuff. So, Outrun, Space Invaders, Wacko, whatever the heck we feel like playing tonight. But holy shit, Circus Voltaire. Yeah, nothing I can afford in this bunch of games, but yeah, some pretty cool stuff tonight. This website's called Pinside. There's a lot of cool shit on here. Yeah, if anybody knows any games in Wisconsin or Chicago, Illinois kind of area, yeah, I'm looking for games. So, all right, this has been our time with this. So I will let people go. We've been streaming about an hour doing this shit. So, chat is pretty dead this time of night, and yeah. I'm going to do something a little bit more interesting than this. But yeah, this is just, an idea. So, everybody, take care.